Please wipe the memory of Neddy from Annie's mind and replace it with mine. I am ready to bear the consequences, for I love him greatly.
Arunma and Neddy had been inseparable since childhood. Growing up in the bustling village of Ugada, their friendship was legendary. They did everything together, from fetching water at the stream to attending market days. Neddy, with her gentle heart and warm smile, was the darling of the village, while Arunma's fierce loyalty and protective nature made her an invaluable friend.
Arunma, I will visit Grandma today. Can you accompany me?
Sure, Neddy. I will accompany you. What are friends for? Once we are done fetching water, I will come over to your house.
Neddy's beauty attracted many suitors, but none was as persistent and charming as Annie. Tall, handsome, and the son of a wealthy trader. Annie was every girl's dream, and at the same time, a kind person. Annie and Neddy became the news of the village, their relationship well known to many.
Neddy, I am already in the mood for our wedding.
Annie, I cannot wait for it to happen. Let it happen today. I am really excited.
Arunma, always by Neddy's side, felt a growing darkness in her heart. Unknown to Neddy, she harbored deep feelings for Annie, feelings that grew more intense with each passing day. Arunma's desire for Annie was so intense that she could not suppress it. Every time she accompanied Neddy to meet him, her heart ached. She yearned for his smile, his touch, his attention. She tried to bury her feelings, but the more she tried, the more her affection grew, thereby consuming her thoughts. The pain of watching the man she desired marry her best friend became unbearable. As the preparations for Annie and Neddy's wedding drew very near, Arunma's despair turned into desperation. She couldn't let Neddy marry Annie. She convinced herself that Annie was meant for her, not Neddy. The thought of seeing them together for the rest of their lives drove her to take drastic measures. No one in the village knew that Arunma's desperation made her visit a witch doctor known as Oko, a man known for his powerful incantations and dark magic. She had begged him to help her win Annie's heart. Oko warned her of the consequences, but Arunma was adamant.
Please wipe the memory of Neddy from Annie's mind and replace it with mine. I am ready to bear the consequences, for I love him greatly.
She would do anything to be with Annie, conscious that the wedding between Neddy and Annie was fast approaching. Oko performed a ritual that wiped Annie's memories of Neddy and planted an irresistible love for Arunma in his heart. 2 weeks before the wedding, Annie shocked everyone by calling it off. He gave no explanation, leaving Neddy devastated.
Annie, what is the problem? Please talk to me. Did I offend you in any manner? Please tell me. Why did you call off the wedding? I am becoming sick. Please tell me.
Annie had no answer to these questions and requests, as he was looking confused. The village buzzed with rumors, but no one could say precisely what had happened and what caused it. Neddy's heartbreak was palpable. She withdrew from everyone, her once bright eyes now dull with pain. Arunma stayed by her side, offering comfort as a very close friend would. Subsequently, Annie's eyes, once filled with confusion, now sparkled with love every time he saw Arunma. In a strange twist, Annie proposed marriage to Arunma, and they were married in a small secret ceremony. The news of Arunma and Annie's marriage was received with anger and animosity from those that know them and those who heard about it in the village. Neddy, still reeling from the breakup, was further weakened and depressed with the news of Annie and Arunma's marriage. She couldn't understand how Annie had moved on so quickly, especially and most surprisingly, with her best friend. Determined to uncover the truth, she began investigating, speaking to anyone who might have answers to her plight. Neddy's search was about leading her to the shrine of Igede, a chief priest of a neighboring village. When Arunma heard of Neddy's efforts and determination towards unraveling this mysterious event, she became terrified. The charm Oko had given her was hidden away, but if it were discovered, the consequences would be dire. Oko's warning reverberated in her mind. If anyone saw the charm, she would lose her sanity. In her fear that Nedi was making progress in uncovering the truth about the spell on Ani, Arunma consulted a distant ritualist who cast a dark spell on Nedi, which made her to become mad. The once loving Nedi became a shadow of herself, wandering the village with wild eyes and incoherent mutterings. The villagers muttered about a curse, but no one knew the true cause or where it came from. Arunma watched Nedi's slide into madness with a heavy heart. The guilt she felt was a constant companion, but she couldn't undo what she had done. She prayed that the charm would remain hidden, that her secret would stay buried. 2 years after, Arunma and Ani continued to build a life together, but happiness was far from the relationship. Ani often felt a strange emptiness, a sense that something important was missing. He dismissed it as a figment of his imagination, but the feeling persisted. The marriage didn't produce any child, his once thriving business was dwindling, but he couldn't ask those questions, having been weakened by the spell. One day, an unprecedented rain fell. This rain came with unusual thunderstorm and lightning. Heavy thunder struck, and a big nearby tree was uprooted. When the rain abated and calm returned, Arunma and Ani and other neighbors went to see the destruction caused by the rain and thunderstorm. What they witnessed was startling. A dark clay pot was on the surface of the land beside the fallen tree, intact and unbroken and tied with ropes. The thunder had exhumed the secret buried by Arunma, which bound her and Ani together. Immediately, Arunma sighted the pot beside the fallen tree. She started behaving in a strange way, which suddenly led her into confession.
When the marriage between Ani and Nedi drew close, I was uncomfortable and did not want the marriage to take place because I have always admired Ani to be my husband. I became jealous and visited a witch doctor who prepared a charm that turned Ani's memory away from Nedi and transferred his love to me. When I heard from people that Nedi was trying to uncover the truth, I prepared another charm that made her mad.
After this confession, Arunma became mad and was almost running naked. Ani, who saw the pot the same moment with Arunma, instantly regained his memories. Memories of Nedi, their love, his business and his life. He was filled with confusion and anger as he realized he had been under a spell. While these events were unfolding, Nedi regained her sanity where she was kept in her house. The whole village were afraid of the event, and at the same time happy that the innocent Nedi was free from madness. Ani ran straight to Nedi's house where there was jubilation about her return to sanity. They quickly embraced. Ani pleaded for forgiveness and explained to Nedi Arunma's confessions and her condition, hoping that his plea will be accepted deeply by Nedi. Nedi accepted the plea from him, knowing that what happened to them was not ordinary, and they shed tears of joy. Weeks later, they started their life again, and eventually got married. This story from Motherland Tales teaches a lesson that true love cannot be obtained through fetish means. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment to our channel, so that whenever we post a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Thanks for watching.